Hey guys, this is Josh Farley back with another video. And in this video, I'm actually going to be talking to you guys about why I suggest getting a Pi hole on your network. Basically, what a Pi hole is, it actually blocks ads and trackers network wide on your home network. So I actually have a video on my channel. I have a Raspberry Pi 4 and I have a Raspberry Pi 3. And if you guys don't know what they are, they're mini computers that actually run Linux. They're, a Linux computer. I actually have Raspbian OS running on both of mine. And I actually have my Raspberry Pi 4 as my main DNS server, if you will. So it's basically a DNS server. So you do have to keep it running basically 24/7, or your network won't work how it's supposed to, work. It's not going to connect, to the Wi-Fi how it's supposed to unless you keep it running. So that is one downside. So if you don't have, it's not really a downside if you have a computer that can actually handle that, like the Raspberry Pis can. So you can get Raspberry Pis pretty cheap now. I mean, I know when I bought mine, mine was like close to $200 because they were having the chip shortage due to COVID and everything. But they have come down in price on Amazon. I've seen them for as low as $80. So you can get older models. I have a Raspberry Pi 4. That's the newest model. And then I also have a Raspberry Pi 3B, actually, not a 3. I have the 3B. And then I also have a 3 that I'm actually trying to sell. I have 3 of them currently, but I'm going to, be selling that other one, so I'm going to be down to 2. But I do recommend actually having a backup one if you want to, really, make sure that your network never goes offline. Because, sometimes, things happen with the internet. DNS servers can have problems. Stuff like that. Your internet might go down or something if Pi-hole is having problems. Because it's a community ran thing. It's like it's a open source thing that other people contribute to. So it's not going to always be perfect, just so you guys know that. So anyway, let me actually open the article here and we'll talk more about it. So as you can see here, on Google Chrome, I found this article about it, Pi-hole review, network level ad and tracker blocking. So basically, I'm showing you guys, the website here that I found. Basically, it goes over, what you'll need to actually set up a Pi-hole, as you can see here. The Raspberry Pi 4 Model B, that's actually what I have. I actually have the 4 gigabyte version. So the 4 gigabyte version is good enough. I wouldn't go with the 8 gigabyte version. You don't really need that much RAM just to run a Pi-hole. You definitely don't need that much RAM. Even 2 gigabytes or a gigabyte of RAM, is good enough. Actually, here's the 4 gigabyte model right here, the one that I have. So yeah, you can get that, for maybe like $100. You might even be able to find it used somewhere. And then you can, go on YouTube and, figure out how to. It's not really too hard, but it can be time consuming if you don't actually know what you're doing, like I did when when I first got mine. So basically, what you have to do is you basically have to, either decide if you're going to use a micro SD card, or you're going to use a USB. I actually use a USB. I'm trying to think of the word. A USB, not hard drive. SSD, that's what it is. Yeah, SSD. Sorry about that. So I actually use a USB powered SSD in mine, and I actually plug it into the USB port, and I run Raspbian OS off of that. And it's been working flawlessly. It's been working great. It's been working really well for me. So they also have one down here, Raspberry Pi 3 Model B. So that's an older model. That's actually the one that I use as a backup. It only has a gigabyte of RAM, but I haven't had any problems with using it as a backup. And as you can see here, it's actually going for $78. So that's definitely not bad at all. As you can see, the Raspberry Pi 4 is definitely going to be more, $134. And the let me see, the Raspberry Pi 4 doesn't actually say price available on the 8 gigabyte, but you know, I go with the 4 GB, and I also have the 1 GB with the Model 3 B. So you know, it's good enough. You know, it's not gonna blow you away or anything. But for just using it for Pi-hole, they're both of these are good enough. So those are the ones that I recommend. Either the Raspberry Pi 4 Model B, or the Raspberry Pi 3 Model B, so you can get away with using Pi-hole on either of those. You can also go down here. They also have Raspberry Pi 3 Plus Model B. That's a gigabyte of RAM, $119, 120 basically. Basically, that's it. I mean, I just wanted to get this video out there. I wanted to let you guys know that this is actually what I use. I do have another video on my channel. Like I said, I actually show my 2 Raspberry Pis in action on my channel. So if you want to check that out, I actually show the Raspberry Pi 4 in action. The Raspberry Pi 3 is off unless I actually absolutely need it. And then I have it hooked up to my my smart stuff. I have it hooked up to my Google Home. So there is fireworks going on right now because it's 4th of July, so I don't know if you guys can actually hear that. So anyway, yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to let you guys know about this. With everything going on nowadays with trackers and everything and ads and everything, I just think that it's a good idea to have an ad blocker. I really like it because it's network wide. Another thing, if you're going to set it up on your actual network, like if you're not going to actually use Pi-holes way to do it, because you can actually set it up. You don't actually have to set it up through your router. You can actually set it up through Pi-hole itself. But that seemed to be a little bit more difficult to me. So if you want to check that out online, you're going to have to look on YouTube or look online to be able to set it up through your router. It's not too difficult, but it can be difficult for the first time. For me, when I actually did it, it was kind of difficult, but once you get it set up and running, there's tons of videos on YouTube. I actually had some videos that I watched on YouTube about how to set it up, and once you watch them, you'll be good to go. So it's not really that difficult. Once you get it set up, you just control it. You add ad lists and everything to it. You can look online about that too, how to add ad blocking lists and stuff to it. It's not really that difficult, tracking blocking lists and everything like that. So like I said, I highly recommend it because it's better than using AdAway on your phone. It's better than using AdGuard. I used to use those. I actually still use AdAway. For those of you that don't know, AdAway is actually a root-only ad blocker. Well, actually, no. Actually, AdAway does support VPN now, so you can use AdAway if your phone's not rooted or rooted. It's better with root, but if your phone's not rooted, you can use AdAway now because VPN is supported in AdAway. So if your phone isn't rooted and you don't want to use AdAway, you can use AdGuard. You can use Blockita. That's another good one. I actually still use AdAway though because my phone's rooted and I use it on my mobile network because Pi-hole is not going to work obviously outside of your home network because it's through your router or it's through Pi-hole on your network, so it's not actually a global thing. It's just on your network. It's blocking ads and trackers on your actual network. So outside of your network, if you use somebody else's Wi-Fi or you use public Wi-Fi or something like that, you're still going to need an ad blocker like AdAway or AdGuard or Blockita or something like that, or even on your mobile data on your phone, you're still going to need an app, like a third-party app, to block ads. I recommend AdAway. I recommend AdGuard, Blockita. They're all good depending on your needs. If your phone is rooted, if your phone's not rooted. So basically, yeah, guys, that's the video. I just wanted to get this out there. I just wanted to let you guys know what I use for blocking ads and trackers. Some people would say, oh, it's not right to block ads and trackers and stuff like that, but in this day and age, a lot more people are actually using ad blockers, and a lot of people are getting tracked, and I don't like that. I don't like me and my mom and people over my house, my sister occasionally, and stuff like that. I don't like, having, trackers track our stuff, like on our Amazon Fire Sticks. There's a bunch of trackers and stuff on there. There's trackers everywhere. There's trackers on every app, basically. Even apps that you pay for, like Spotify, Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, all those kind of apps. There's tons of trackers and stuff out there. So I would definitely recommend getting a lot of tracker ad lists. A lot of tracker block lists. Like I said, you can find the videos on YouTube about that. You can find what you can use, what you can't use with Pi-hole. So it goes more into depth about that. In YouTube videos, you can search online on Google. You can find what ad blocking things you can use for the Pi-hole, what tracker blocking things you can use for the Pi-hole. There's tons of ones that you can use that are compatible with Pi-hole. So yeah, guys, like I said, I just wanted to get this video out there. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, guys.